Here at home, the Innovation Partnership Mission made a stop in the country this past week. Led by Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick, a delegation of over 100 business and technological leaders from 50 U.S. multinational companies came to bolster the already strong ties between Boston and Israel and to explain why they believe that the East Coast hub is superior to California. IBA's Laura Cornfield asked the senior delegate of the New England Israel Business Council, David Goodtree, about the group and why Massachusetts is now considered by many to be the new Silicon Valley.
I want to tell you actually a little bit about the delegation. So it came with Governor Deval Patrick of Massachusetts. It was his second trip to Israel. He's actually the only United States governor who's made 2 trips to Israel while he's in office. It was the largest ever delegation of any state in the United States to Israel, over 100 people, including senior executives from companies like Pfizer and EMC, Akamai, Biogen, IDIC, MIT, and Brandeis. So we came because we have extraordinary relationships with Israel, but we can do so much more.
Why are you so keen on courting the Israeli high-tech sector to Massachusetts?
So Israeli companies need access to global markets and capital and talent. We need innovation, and we can bring innovation to global markets. We actually have a bilateral relationship in the sense of it's not just one way from Israel to the United States, but it's two-way. So let me explain a little bit about the two-way. In Massachusetts, there are over 200 Israeli-founded companies in Massachusetts. A lot of people don't know that, but it's actually an enormous sector which has about $7 billion of revenue in Massachusetts, and in the past 3 years raised $700 million of venture capital. These Israeli-founded companies raised almost $700 million of venture capital in the past 3 years in Massachusetts. But it goes back the other way. Here in Israel, EMC, which is a Boston or Massachusetts-based company, has 1,000 employees and has invested $2 billion here. Covidien, major medical devices company in Greater Boston, has acquired 4 Israeli-founded companies in the past 2 years, including Given Imaging. Boston Scientific has acquired 5 companies. Philips Healthcare, a Massachusetts company, has 2,500 employees here. So it's actually a bilateral or free flow of ideas, talent, capital, and companies. We're a good partner for each other. It's not a one-way thing.
Why are you more attractive, though, than Silicon Valley?
So Silicon Valley has some great things going for it. The weather's awesome. Second of all, honestly, I would say if you're a social media company, that's probably the place to be. But you want to be at the center of your industry. The life sciences capital of the world is Boston. There's really not any dispute about that topic. In addition, the ICT sector, in particular data storage and data security, Massachusetts is the headquarter in that. In fact, the largest privately held Israeli cybersecurity firm, CyberArk, is in Massachusetts or in Greater Boston. So it really depends upon where you're going to find the talent. Massachusetts has the highest education of any state in the United States. Where you're going to find a cost you can afford. San Francisco, New York are 20 to 40% more expensive. In addition, very importantly for Israeli companies expanding into the United States is time of day overlap. It's 7 hours between the East Coast and Israel and 10 hours. So if you're a binational company, those 3 hours are critical, not to mention the extra time and cost it takes to get to the West Coast.
David, I understand that not only high-tech mission was involved in the mission, water technology was another highlight?
Yes, so Massachusetts has the world's leading innovation sector in water tech. Massachusetts actually has a sector which is about twice as large. There's no Silicon Valley of water yet, but hopefully the two of us together will become the global Silicon Valley of water. There are some other sectors that we focused on. We're trying to build the new sectors together. So cybersecurity was a focus of our mission, e-health was a focus of our mission, neurotech, and so those are the growth sectors as well as water tech.
Do you think this latest visit managed to attract some attention to your hub?
It was huge, huge. First of all, we had the largest delegation ever of these very senior executives. In our just 3 days here, we met with about 1,500 Israelis. So we brought a lot of attention to us. In addition, there was an enormous raft of announcements. For example, PTC, which has 250 people here, Massachusetts-based company, 6,000 worldwide, made an investment in Technion to build a robotics lab. Brandeis made announcements. Lots of other companies made announcements about growing the sector.
In sports news,